Hey, Super Cool Dave here, just playing Transport Fever, and I'm going to show you how to get all 5 gold medals in the Cutting Edge Technology mission, which is part of the European campaign. What you want to do is just click Start Mission and close the box. Click Route, you want to find the train, and we're going to send it to the depot and sell it. We're going to jump to it as well, just because it's easier to get down to where we actually want to be. Now we're down here, you want to click play onto normal speed, grab your bulldozer, and we're going to delete all the inside lines, so it's just the outside line. Bulldoze, 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 like so. You want to grab a high speed track, and we're going to split this off to one side. And now we're just going to run parallel, like so, and about halfway down like that. We're going to connect all the lines to this depot, so grab the new line and connect, and we want to do the same here. Done. Now where it starts to bend, we want to bulldoze it. Grab your high speed track again. We're just going to keep running straight, just nice little short sections like so. What we're trying to do is rebuild a new line that's as straight as possible. Right here, what we need to do is start curving. I like to get it onto the edge of the road and just sort of keep a nice little curve. Now that we're here, jump this to just on the other side of the tree line here, like so, and make sure everything's still 300s. Move it around a little bit if necessary. Right, we want to take this nice and wide, so sort of like that, and start making your way back around. So that's still 300, like so. We want to come along fairly close to the road. Now from here, you want to jump to the other side of this tree line. There's one big turn, just sort of in the light green section. Make sure it's all 300s. And then from here, you want to keep turning left a smidge, because you want to go behind this. And then from here, just come forward a bit further. Right, and here we want to bulldoze all the outside lanes. 1, 2, 3, like so. And you want to leave that connected. If you accidentally break it, just rebuild it. High speed track to the outside. This bit might not be 300, but that's perfectly fine. Now we've got to make the track going back again. So you want to jump to the outside, and now continue all the way back, keeping it locked onto the side of the existing track. Before we go much further though, we want to jump all the way down to here, and in this depot, by a train, you want the 218, and you want this wagon right here, and you want to grab 4. You want to set the line like so to the default one, that's fine. Now we want to go to medium speed and continue building the railway line. So you're going to go track, high speed, and let's just keep going. You want to just keep doing it in steps, pretty much the same as what you built on the way. You can't do too big of a jump, otherwise it freaks out a little bit, and it might tell you can't do it, or the train doesn't line up and stuff like that. But lots of little steps, you should be fine. So as you can see, it's a lot cheaper. Like so. Come out of a little mini tunnel. Keep going. I like to stop before tunnels, so that I know the tunnel's going to line up nicely. Like so. Going. Even though we won't be using this straight away, it's just nice to have it ready to go. So we're getting there. And just connect it up like so. The other train would have just sold, so we've jumped back up to 30 million. So if we look now, we've just got the one train. Now you want to turn around, and we're going to start placing heaps of lights. We're going to I like to try and get all this done before the time is under 7 minutes. It just makes it just that little bit easier. Don't put any lights in between this. Sometimes it just causes a bit of confusion with the train and it will stuff up. You just want to jump, but they don't have to be too close, but you don't want them too far apart. Like so. Just put the lights on the very outside. Outside. And like that. These shorter tunnels, just put it right near the entrance. It's fine. Zoom in. Like so. Caught up to the train. What we can actually do is, since we're caught right up to the train, go on to triple time. Because the train's got to make 2 trips anyway. And very rarely 3 trips. So right before the train. Right. Sometimes will let you put it on one but not the other side. Just turn the camera and it'll let you put it on this side. Zoom in, I can get it on that side, turn the camera, I can get it on that side. Hopefully it drops to 7 and 9 minutes. That's what we want to see. Yep, perfect. If it's 7 and 10 minutes, it means it's going to drop by 10 minutes each time. And you need to be under 7, because then it will go 7, 10, 7, then under. That's where the 3 train trips comes in. As I'm knocking 11 minutes off, it's going to drop down under 7, and I'll only have to do 2 trips. You don't really have to race the clock in this one. You do, but it's not a difficult race. Like so. But it is very dependent on what the computer does. Like, at one point I'm going to show you to save, and then you just let the game run, and if you fail you reload it, and it'll be completely different every time. So now that's done, we're just waiting for this to tick over. Shouldn't take very long at all. All we're doing is waiting for this train, there he is, to pull into here, and as soon as that happens, it'll let us start building the buses, which is what we want to get onto straight away. As you can see, there's absolutely no one at the train stations, no one will get on them. You have to bus every single person. And you need a lot, because you need to move 500 a year minimum. Transport 500 passengers in 1 year, that's actually a minimum. Finished for the year 2000, so that's the part of the race in the clock, but it's quite easy. Never take a grant. You'll be offered a grant, don't take it. There we go. So now that's happened, pause the game. So, bus. You want the tram station, 2 platforms, and we'll drop it right there. Then buses, bus or tram. And what we're going to do is just make a nice big loop. So like so. You can cut in a little bit, it doesn't have to be right on the edge. Like so. I'm actually going to cut this corner. Put a bus stop on each side of every single one. So the bus is going to come this way. Zoom in. Don't be too stingy with the bus stops. You can put quite a lot of them. Put another one here. And another one here, like so. What we're going to do is create a loop from here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 9 stops on my run. I went anti-clockwise. We're going to create another run. Clockwise. So from here, you just want to literally follow the other one exactly back the same way. And then what you should see, so I'm just following the green line, it should snap to the same green line like so. And now it's 2 identical paths, just one each way. Close. Now we've done that. You want to build some more bus and tram stops. And you just want to make a little loop somewhere in the center. So I'm going to go here, here. I'm just going to go just sort of around this. Like that. That looks pretty good to me. And now we're going to create another line. So it's going to go from here. And then it's easier because that's why I don't build them at the same time. I can see which ones are the new ones now. Like so. So a nice little loop and then going back. Close that. And that's that one done. Jump up. And we're going to do the exact same thing here. So we're going to put a tram station in. I like to use the tram stations. If the buses can use them just fine, but the throughput is way faster than a normal bus stop because they all come in and they all nicely file up. So that's why I use these, especially for the main stops. Now, need to create the outside loop, like so. So there, it's going to come in through the corner, come along here, drop down to here, go right over to here. It's going to come up to here. You can cut into here. And I'll drop another one in here somewhere. That looks pretty good. Create lines. So starting here. 1, 2, 3, 5. Make sure I didn't miss any. 6. So that's all of them. And double check, it's a nice beautiful loop. So this is anti-clockwise. I'm going to create another line, and once again we're going to follow the blue, but we're going to go backwards. Like so. So it's a perfect match going the other way. Now we've done that, we need to make a little center loop. So bus or tram stops. So I keep this open so I can see where the other loop is. And what I'm going to do is just here, I'm just going to nab all these four like so, and create a nice little zigzag. New line from here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Paris center. Like so. Now that looks good. We're going to get a bunch of vehicles on it. So by road vehicles, you want the Mercedes. It's the best bang for buck to start with. So we're going to get 10. Set line Paris anti. You want to buy another 10. Set line Paris clock. And then grab another 10. Paris center. Like so. I'm going to zoom out. We're going to do the same thing here. Buy road vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set line. Anti. I'm going to buy another 10. Set line. Center. And we're going to grab another 10. Set line. Clock. Now we've got all that done. We're going to start shipping all the machines and the goods. So we need to go to a truck station, swing this around like so. We're going to put a depot right next to it on the left side. I'm going to go up to here where the goods are produced. Truck station, just like so. And we're going to put a depot to the left of it. The reason I do that is so when they come out, either they'll go, if you put it on this side, some will go this way, some will go to the drop off point, but if it's this side, they will always go here first. Right, just here, we need to find somewhere to deliver. What we're going to do is, most people go from here to here. I'm actually going to take this all the way down to here and run these ones all the way up to Paris. The payoff, like if you're running it here, you might make $1 million or $2 million a year. If you run it the other way, you make between 10 and 20 million a year per line. So you progress really, really fast. So the machines need to go to industrial. So we'll open this up. And I can see a nice little square here that we're not using. You don't want to build it on the same road as any bus stops. It just causes trouble. So maybe here. Like so. So they can go around this loop as well. And I've got lots of yellow highlighted. I'm going to jump all the way down to here. The goods need to go to blue. So I'm going to look for a nice little blue loop. This looks like a nice little blue loop. So I'm going to go here like so. So they should come down, in, and back out. So time to set up some lines. New line. I'm going to call this line goods. Like so. Click up here, and we're bringing the goods to this one we just built right there. So you can see what I mean about the nice little loop. And we want always full load. Now we need another line from this one and running up to Paris. So this one. Boom, and you can see it's coming up the main road and pulling on. We're going to call this line machines. And once again, we want a full load. Now we've done that, you want to click on here, buy road vehicles, get the man, you want to buy 10, set line, goods. Close that. And jump down to this one. Buy road vehicles. Man, buy 10. Set line machines. Now we've done that, we can go to triple time. What we're going to want to do is continuously feed vehicles into these until we have 40 vehicles going to each one. So what I like to do is just sort of open it like so, and put that to that side, grab this open as well, I'll open this one. Right, now there's absolutely nothing left to do apart from just waiting on speed 3, and all we're doing is watching this and every time it needs vehicles, we'll dump another 10 on. Alright, as you can see, the last vehicles was pulled out. So you want to buy road vehicles, grab another 10. Set line, machines. See, it says take out a loan. We do not. Just close it. And we're going to jump up to here. Click on here, buy road vehicles, and we're going to put 10 on this one as well. Set line, goods. It comes up saying that you low on money. It comes up with a message and you still have like $6 million left. Just ignore it. You never ever want to take the loan because financial planning never make use of a grant. So do not ever take the money, you won't get the medal. So once again, as you may have noticed before, our limit increased to 200. This should max out very quickly to 200 and then it'll upgrade to 400 and then 400 will max out and then we have the ability for 800, but it will never ever max out 800 even if you have unlimited vehicles lined up. They just don't spawn quick enough, so we're just budgeting on 400. Alright, as you can see we've run out. So buy road vehicles, get the man, grab another 10. Set line, goods. Need to jump down to this one. Buy road vehicles, man. Set line, machines. You may notice this one already has a couple of vehicles back. It's because the trip for this one is actually slightly shorter. This one only goes from here, so between the towns to the town. This one's from past the town to in the next town. As you can see, they're going to upgrade soon. What we can do now that we've got a bit of spare money is you want to build a road, country medium road, and stop playing silly buggers. There we go. We're just going to build a bypass. Like so. That's just so all the trucks don't have to go through town. A little bit less congestion and the buses can keep all their speed up. By doing this, I find we never need to upgrade any roads in town. The only road I am actually going to upgrade now, as more vehicles start to come along, what happens is they end up queuing out onto the road and they block the other trucks that are trying to get to the town. So you want to go to a large street, use the magic wand, and just sort of upgrade on each side. You don't need the whole road done, just that. And what will happen is the vehicles that are going into here will go into the right hand lane, and the vehicles going straight will go on the left. See, he's changed lanes. Sometimes they'll go in either lane. It doesn't if there's no other vehicles or it's clean run. But if there's any traffic jam, they will be able to overtake. So they're both gone into the right hand lane. One went straight and one's turning, and then he changed lanes. But that's alright. We'll just leave it going. Everything's just upgraded, so our production's going to skyrocket. What I'm actually going to do is, even though we don't quite need them yet, I'm going to bid these, get the extra 10. Set line, machine. They won't be queued up for very long. Jump up to here, buy road vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set line, goods. So they all should pour in. You may notice that the vehicles, sometimes they go forward and overlap, and it's hard to tell just how many vehicles are stacked up on top of each other. Good thing with these trucks is they don't perfectly line up. If you zoom right in, you can see there was 2 mirrors, so there was 2 trucks. Sometimes you can count 10 mirrors. Oh, there we are, just a bunch more moved in. So there was 3 mirrors, now there's only 2. I don't know why it does it, why they all overlap like that. It doesn't seem to affect the game, they can't crash or anything. So yeah, but yeah, if you ever get here and you see there's only 1 vehicle, it might not be 1. Look at that, so there's still 4 here, and you can highlight them. So what we're going to do now is come all the way back down here. In this depot, every single time we have $12 million, we're going to build another train. So just sit here and fast forward, and that's all we're going to do. That's close enough. Buy a train. 218. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set line. Go. I used to try and make sure they were all spaced evenly, but we're going to make so much money it doesn't matter. We're going to flood this line with trains pretty quickly. So look at that. This line is already up to $7 million. This one's already at $6 million. So every year between the two, there's about $12 million coming in. So a new train every year, and that's not even including the income the trains are going to make. Buy a train. 218. 2, 3, 4. Set line. Press. Okay, time for another train. A train. 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set line. Paris. Right, what we need to start looking at is congestion on the bus lines. So what I like to do now, we've got 4 trains. If you ever need to see how many trains you got, you can just look here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to add 10 more trains to each outside direction, but not to the center. So we're going to zoom in on the depot, buy road vehicles, some more of these buses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set line anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set line clockwise. If you don't have enough money yet, or just wait a little bit and just build them. Yeah, it all depends on how long it takes for vehicles to get across, but you'll find the money is coming in quite steadily. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set line. We're in Paris, so anti. And 7, 8, 9, 10. Set line clockwise. So that's starting to look pretty good. So now what we want to do is just keep building trains. I'd like to keep going till we've got up to about 10. So click on the depot. Buy a train, get it ready, so the 218 and the wagon here. I wouldn't have a clue how to pronounce that. Right, another 12 million, buy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I built 5. Oh, I only built 4, good. Set line. Right, if you ever do build like one too many, just sell it straight away and you'll get all your money back. So we're up to, I believe, 5 trains on the line. I like to just keep going until I get to about 10. Okay, time for another train. 218. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set line, Paris. What you can do while you're waiting is this little bit of track we deleted. What we're going to do is we're still going to use this. You can just use standard track. Save a little bit of money. I'm going to run it along. We're just going to keep following this all the way around until we're to the other side of the bridge here. And then from here you want to the very inside station. The reason we're keeping this really crappy old track is one of the missions later on is the conductor or the scientist, some guy anyway, he complains that the trains are too fast and he always comes up with his best ideas on the train. So we have to build a really slow train, so it takes ages so he can come up with these good ideas. So we don't want the slow train with our fast trains, it just creates a big backlog. So we're going to leave this existing train line and it all will be hunky-dory. So what we're going to do is just have a look. I've got 6 trains and we're just going to keep waiting it out. 12. So we'll quickly build another train. 218. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set line. So we've got 7 trains now. Okay, time to build our 8th train by train. 218. This one. Oh, don't quite have enough money. Now we do. Set line. So train 8. I'm going to build another train by train. 218. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is train 9. Set line, go. The whole idea is we're trying to flood the line to get the 500 in a year. The more vehicles, the more trains you have pouring in, the more demand there is. So it just compounds. But every year, any second now, gets wiped. So you have to start again. Okay, it's mid-1987, and what I'm actually going to do is open up, go on the line, and I want to tell the trains to fully load with passengers. So what we want to do is find the very next train that's going to fully load, and we're going to go down this end as well. Grab the train that's in the parked up waiting to go. And the reason we want them open is we're going to stop them. So what we're going to do is just sort of leave this on fast forward until these trains get going and watch them like a hawk and do not let them get to the other station. First train's on its way. And the second train's on its way. This should be a nice little bank of trains all waiting to get in. Alright, so all I'm going to do is sit back and wait until one of these, they shouldn't make it to the station. There should be a little backlog and they'll stop behind them, and then that's how we'll just stop them. Right, this guy's all the way down near the other station, so we're going to stop him, and so is this one. We can zoom in and have a closer look. So he's only 2 back from the station. Where's this guy? 1, 2. So he's 4 back. That's alright. What we're waiting for is December. Alright, now it's December. Drop it down to play. Click on here. You want to tell them that they can just do whatever. Close. And these 2 trains, you can tell them to get started again. So it's been 18 months since we changed all the rules. So now there should be a nice little backlog of completely full trains, and we need to get as many of them emptied in 1 year as we can to break the 500. It's just a way of getting this mission to finish that little bit quicker. Otherwise you can wait. They'll eventually get there. It could take... You could have got it in 1990. It could take to the year 2000. And if it takes to 2000, you're not going to get the gold medal. So... yeah, that's all we're doing is racing. So March and we're already at 195. There's a little backlog of completely full trains that we had. Should be another train coming. Here's one. 84. So that's going to be a nice little bump, mid 300s. Let's have a look. 84. So we'll get us into 400s. And all we're doing is just waiting for another train. Should be on its way soon. There. Wrong train. 31. Yeah, I reckon we'll get it. We should be fine. If you don't feel like enough trains have gone through, you can risk waiting another year, but the people get really pissed off. I find 18 months is more than enough. See, we're at 447 and it's only July. So we should get our 500 very soon, pretty much as soon as this pulls in. Oh, that's right, this one's only got 30. Right, 7 more. Here comes the train. Has he got 7? He's got 6. Just our luck. But there should be a train pulling in at this end. Here we go. He had 3, so when the other one gets in, we're done. Right, we've got the 500 in 1 year. Want to pause the game. Close. Like so. Now, we have to beat aeroplanes in transit. So, what we're going to do is go lines, all our trains, we want to sell them. We don't want any trains. You want to go play, so all the trains slowly start getting off the track. I'm going to come up to Paris, click the question mark, go to the train station, get the other question mark, come all the way down to this station, and then we're going to click here. So this is the guy that likes the really slow train. We're going to go back up to Paris because we've left this depot on the slow line. You want to buy a train. You want to find a train that does 120 or less, so there's 90, but might as well do 120 if we're allowed to. Buy it. And you want a passenger car just behind it. Any old one will do. That one's got a top speed of 90, 120. Buy. Set line, Paris. Now we can triple time it. I'm going to come down, and what we're waiting for is all the trains to get off the track. So you can see them all listed down the bottom here. We just need them all to hurry up and get off. Now the track's free. You want to buy a train, and these new trains come. You want the short one, so buy. Just grab one. You want to clone it, set line all, and send them on their way. No passengers will be on them for the first year or two, but then everyone should start swarming these new fancy trains we've got. And every time you can afford to, you want to get some new trains. So what I'm going to do is just leave it and fast forward. Alright, we've just achieved the speed of more than 280. And when the train gets to the other end, we should also get the achievement for doing it in under 5 minutes. Okay, so we've done the trip in under 5 minutes. So we can close this. And all the passengers should slowly start pouring in, and it won't take long till all the trains are full. Okay, we've got another 33 million, so I'm going to buy another one. So grab another train, short, by, throw it on the track. So we now have a total of 5 of these bullet trains. Yes, they'll be making a big loss, as you can see, but that's why we've got the 10 million coming on this line and 12 million coming on this line at the moment. What the next plan is we want to get these buses upgraded. So as soon as we got money, just start upgrading. Alright, we're starting to get a bit of money. It's only 1993. What you want to do is just save the game. This is where you want to reload from if you don't hit the target of beating the aeroplanes. There's a very good chance you will, but if you don't, if you reload now, it's completely random every single time the numbers. We've got 13 million, so let's start upgrading all the vehicles. So you want to open up the line, and you want to scroll down to any of the buses. I'm going to click on here, replacement, click on here, we want the nice bendy bus. Okay, replace now, 7.3 million, yes. So every bus should start changing. Click on here, replacement, bendy bus, okay, replace now, yes. They don't have to go to the depot to get upgraded, they'll upgrade the split second they stop at a train station. So if we click on here, replacement, upgrade, replace now. Help if I actually clicked it. Replace now. Yes. Close. We zoom in. Right, see the red bus? Boom. It was a bit hard to see, but it instantly upgraded, which is kind of handy. A little unrealistic, but very handy. We're going to do the other ones as well. You don't actually have to go there and watch them, but might as well. There's not much else to do. So we're going to go in, scroll down, replacement, bendy buses, okay, replace now, yes. So they're all upgrading. Close this, replacement. You have to do it for every single line. It's not too much of a problem. Do I have enough money? So 3.8, I only have 1.4, but that's alright, we can just keep this window open. As soon as we have 3.8, we'll just click yes. So done. We can close that, and we have one line left. Click, replace, bendy buses, okay. Replace now, and as soon as we have 7.3 million, click yes. The reason we're upgrading the buses instead of just putting new buses down is these buses are not only faster, but they've got a much higher capacity. So we're going to not generate any more congestion on the roads. Yes. So we can close that. Don't worry if the money goes negative. All our buses are now fully upgraded. Oh, except for that one. But hopefully we can catch it upgrading. So let's just watch it. Oh, that's not our bus. Alright, so don't worry about that. So all we're doing now is just waiting for the trains to have transported more than the airlines. You'll notice the airline number bounces up and down, and so will ours, because it's the last 12 months, not the calendar 12 months. So all we're going to do now is, if we get enough money, we're going to buy another train. But yeah, just leave it on fast forward, and that's it. Alright, so it looks like we've got enough money. We're getting very close. So let's just buy another train. Short, buy. Set line. Done. And once again, we'll just keep waiting, and we should overtake airlines fairly shortly. Alright, we're getting really close, but not quite. So one of the things I'm thinking we should do is dump some more buses on. There's no exact solution to getting this last little bit, but even though the buses aren't fully loaded, just smash even more. We want to steal every single passenger that wants to get the plane. So buy road vehicles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, set line, and we're going to put 5 more on every single one in the towns. Clockwise. Zoom out. Let's go to the other town as well. Where's the depot? Just here, by road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set line, Paris. 1, 2, 3. Set line, center. Not enough money, that's alright. We'll have enough money soon. 2, 3, 4. Almost. All we need is a few vehicles to come in, or a nice full train, and we can get our 5th one. Here we go. Done. Bye. Set line. Clockwise. So hopefully it's going to help just get the extra passengers up that we need. It's all looking good. What I might do, just because we've put a nice big surge of traffic on, is with the magic wand, just upgrade this little tiny stretch here. We just want to try and get all the buses and that in and unclogging, like so. Sometimes it's these little short intersections that can cause problems when you have so many vehicles. So what we'll do is we'll run this like that and bulldoze that, so that we can fit more buses here, and it should give us a more consistent supply. That's looking heaps better now. We've got heaps of passengers pouring in. Let's see if there's any improvements we can make down here. You just got to keep tweaking it and tweaking it. Everything's looking good though. We're making money nice and fast. All we have to do is just beat this airline, and it's kind of random. It's really annoying. I wish you could just delete the road, but you can delete the road, but it makes absolutely no difference. The passengers somehow magically teleport. This number is just a randomly generated number, and it's very cheaty. Like if I suddenly made 600, they'll be 650. So what I'm going to do is just sit on fast forward and see if that makes much of a difference. Alright, there we go. It took all the way until March 1999. So don't be off foot if it takes a long time. Sometimes you'll get it in the first year, beating the airline, and other times it just takes so long. And if I had it got all the way to December 1999, just reload your save that you did back in the early 90s and just wait it out again. If you forgot to save, you can always just load an auto save. Just pick one, mid 90s, and after just remember the date that you basically finished, and just pick an autosave after that, and just keep reloading it, and it will just randomly generate the airline numbers. Or you can just make little tweaks, and you should easily be able to get it with my way of doing it. Anyway, thanks for watching my walkthrough, and I'll see you next time.